I would say for our supervisor, she has been living, breathing this dual capacity.
Yes.
And when I came in, I read about it, but I wasn't completely knowledgeable. Mm-hmm. And then when we came here and I heard Dr. Mapp and some of the things she was saying, and I was like, oh my goodness, aha, that's what she's talking about. And it has been great because this is that foundation that we're laying out.
Yes.
We're not just laying out the foundation for us, but we're laying out a foundation for our school, for our community, for our parents. And our parents have to be at the forefront of that. There's no longer that, you don't invite the parents. Because I can remember I grew up in the same school system that I'm now working in. And I can remember as a child, your parents didn't always come to school. Your parents weren't always invited to school. But nowadays, we're telling parents, come on in. We need you. And that is what this work is about. We are connecting that funds of knowledge that our parents have, their expertise. They're the first parent.
Yeah. So I will say a big turning point for me with the framework, specifically with the dual capacity building framework, is the realization that I get to lead by example.
Yes.
Okay. That was the huge thing for me. Having worked with, so I serve 4 schools, right? In my work as a community partner, I actually have worked with 3 out of my 4 schools. And so I have some type of relationship, even with turnover, right? With those schools, with the communities that they sit in, with the pros, the cons, the strengths, the weaknesses, the let's close one eye and act like that's not happening. I know them. And so there's that level of relationship that I have that's established, right? But trying to come in from this new role, the relationship has to shift a little bit because of my job duties, but also people to people, person to person, there's a lot of that that's the same. And so I think for me, the takeaway that I had is those same 6 essential conditions are the ways that I want to work with and collaborate with the school level staff and those teachers, right? I want to model it without saying it. I want them to one day be able to look back and say oh my gosh, she is building genuine relationships with us. I want them to be able to see the power of the framework. And so then as I'm, introducing and reintroducing that in some spaces, they can see how powerful it is. So that was my, turning point for sure. How can I model this? And then they see the power of it and then go out and serve in that way.
For me, the turning point yesterday, we were talking about engagement. Dr. Mapp gave some great definitions of engagement. But one thing that she talked about was that engagement was chosen as a word because of what it represents.
Love this.
And there is, for engagement to happen, I have to give all of myself to my partner.
That's right.
I cannot just give you the parts that I am comfortable giving you. I can't just give you the parts that I'm okay ceding control over in my life to you, but it has to be everything.
Yes.
And for engagement to really work in our schools, we have to have that type of relationship. Again, it goes back to relationship between school and home, that we can be comfortable and vulnerable so that the system that it's designed to build can actually work.
Yes.
And when it does that, another key word she talked about yesterday was liberatory.
That was powerful.
It breaks us out of everything that we find that is our killjoy in education oftentimes, and brings us into a possibility where we can have those dynamic relationships that build us as a person, that take us beyond just, I'm doing this as a paycheck, but I'm doing this because I love doing this, to bring us back to the reason that we all got into education in the first place.
That's it.
Yes.
That's it.